Hi everyone, this is Vicky. I have made some cards, botanical type of cards, plants and things, and so I've been working on these for a few weeks, and in between the Valentine cards. And so I thought I would show you the latest cards I've made, and the things I've used. So I found this paper on Amazon, and it comes in a package like this, and I guess there's 4 sheets of these in there. So I used this for a few cards, and then in my stash I had just 1 sheet of this. For some reason, I don't know, I can't find anymore. I thought I had one more, but these flowers that were like stamps, and they are from Webster's pages, I believe. I'm not real sure, but and so I cut them up and used them on little cards. And then I did find this one in my stash today. I have a bunch of these, and this one is Graphic 45, so I thought those were really pastel and probably spring summerish. So I'll be working on those soon, but at least I have some of these to work with. And I used my wallpaper. No, this is not wallpaper. This is shelving paper I found at the thrift store, I think last year sometime. And I made a booklet, and I can't find it. I don't know if I gave it away, but it looked like this type of, trifold envelope. And so I did make that. I don't know where it is, but I made some cards out of this. And then also I did some of this paper, which I thought was really pretty. This came in that dollhouse Hobby Lobby roll. It just came in a couple sheets, and so I used some of this. And for some, this is like tracing paper, a little thinner, but it's deli paper, so I used some of those also. And I thought I would share my cards with you. So first of all, let me get to these. So I made this card with that paper, that tissue paper. And so you can see it's layered with some watercolor paper, some thick cardstock that I had just laying around. So I used whatever I have on my table. And I had some gauze from Hobby Lobby, pink, some brads that I've been using lately. I love the look of the brads. And then this is what the inside of this one will look like. I'm going to do my sentiment on here and then add a note and then just hold it in with this seam binding so that the recipient can reuse this as in their journal, their junk journals or their memory journals, or give it to someone else. But I thought I'm all for reusing things, and so multi-purpose. So my cards are kind of multi-purpose. So that is the first one. Of course, I did the envelope, as I showed in my previous YouTube recording, how to do that. And then I just dressed this one up with some more of those leftover pieces of stamped music paper, watercolor paper, and that's what I did for that one. Let's see. I did do another one similar. Is it this? Oh, here, back here. This one. And I used a frame, a die cut, and also just layered it. You can see the distress and layering, and see I use these brads, and I got these at Tuesday morning, So I have a few packages of those, and I'm really enjoying using those brads. Then I did some collage piecing in here. This is a embossed piece that I had cut off and just tore and put it inside there. And this is the back. I put some of that tissue on there as well. So this is a similar envelope. This one is plain. I didn't embellish that envelope. Still can be done, but that's what that one looks like. Then I have this one, which I used this envelope. This one I showed you how I covered the envelope, existing envelope. This is dressed up with the brad here. So a little stamping and little collaging of different papers. And this is the card with a dark seam binding to go with this dark paper here. And I just add some French ribbon, some a vintage lace, and music paper, some old book pages. Inside is, I overlapped it here. I like the look of that. And just put a little insert, a collaged insert. And on the back, I also collaged it from a little sentiment I could put down on also on there. So that's what that one looks like. Let's see, let's go to these little tinies. So I did use the little stamps and a little tiny note enclosure. And all these can be placed inside of other book pages. So you can put this inside here and put it in a junk journal. I just think that's so cute to do that. I don't do junk journals, but I think that's what I'm going to try to do just for cards that I receive, and to make it as a faux book and put in the cards that I've received for keepsake. But this is, some collage little cards. I did go even tinier with these. And they're just collaged. And then I made the little envelope. I just stamped a little stamping thing on there, and it can be added more stamping and then placed inside here. I did put a little brad there, if you can see. I like this look also with the brad, the brad holding the lace. And then it's covered up with another piece of lace. So that will go inside here. And then I made another one. I made this little one also. So this is the same flower. These are this one is the whole piece, and then this is a half a piece because of the edges on the paper was like that. So I just want to use it. So I collaged it like this and collaged the center and stamped it just for you. You can use these as a tag card, wrap it around, something that a planter, whatever, if you give that, have from raffia on here. And then I have another little envelope I sewed on the edges and stamped the center, and then you can put this inside here, and that would be a cute little card to include with your little gift. And if you put it in the opposite direction, actually it will show a little bit inside. See how it shows a little bit? But I did distress this edge of this one I think I used walnut stain, the Distress Oxide. That's what this is also. So that's those. Lastly, I think I have a couple oh, this one here is also another one of those stamps. I think this looks clean and fresh. Very pretty. I didn't distress these edges. And just did this with a little trim. You stamp it or write it in your note. And then I have this vellum envelope that I placed it with it. And with vellum, you can always put it in with your image facing the envelope, and then you can see that inside the envelope. It looks really pretty with whatever you give. And then lastly, I did this this envelope, and I have some watercolor paper, and I placed it down, glued it with glue stick, and then placed a piece of the deli paper on top of it. So I think this has like a softer look than the distressed ink side that I've done before. And with this shelving paper, it's really soft looking. And then this is the envelope I covered this shelving paper with. And then this is the card. And the card is very soft looking. I put the little bee brad here. And inside I put this collage piece, and I'll put my sentiment here. I can stamp it. I was thinking of you and emboss it in white, and that would be pretty. There's a lot of things I could do, so I'm going to wait until I give it to someone to decide, because I made this little paper. It's like tracing paper, and I folded it. So I'm going to I like to write a little note and yet not have it written on the card, so they can use it for sending to someone else, or to use it in their junk journal or something for something else. But I'm going to write something in here, and then they can just not have that there, or they can put it back in. Then I also put that paper on here and glued it with the glue stick, and it comes out really pretty. I like that look. But I didn't want to put it on all of it. It would just be kind of not contrasting enough for this part. So I just put it on one side, and then this will go on this side with this little, what is this, Tim Holt clip, paper clip, which is really cute. So that'll go like that, and this is the back. And that is my project share, my botanical cards, and I hope you enjoyed these. I will be doing a giveaway, and of these, I have these little cards, some left, and so I wanted to include those, and some papers, some of these, a sheet of this paper, and some of these little cards like this, so you can use those. I think this paper, I have some of this left, and of course the shelving paper. I'll include that. Little, I'll put some raffia in there. I did color this one. Put a button on here. So I'll put some music sheets, some book pages, so you can, if you like what I did, you can make the same. I add some envelopes, and so if you would comment down below a little note saying, let me see, what can you say? Saying that you would love to have a little kit, and I will make sure that I include you in for a drawing. I will have one person for this. I don't have that many supplies enough of these little things like this to send a whole kit to everybody, but one person. And then we'll do a drawing, and then I will get your address. But my email is tryheart67@aol.com. So that is what I'd like to leave you with. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you real soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.